I'm not black, I'm colored. I'm not black, I'm Negro. Because they perceived at that point in time, what we perceived at that point in time, black being a negative statement. We weren't, as you were saying, feeling good about ourselves. So we were, and if you looked at the Amos and Andy shows, I mean, we didn't have things on TV. There was nothing on TV that was really representative of who we are in a positive light. They had one guy that was, every time they showed him, he was a slow walk. Ah, boss, I don't know if I can get there, but I'm going to try to. And that was supposed to be representative of black people. I remember looking at that on the TV that we had. I think it was a Philco TV that we had that my uncle bought when he came back from the Second World War. But that's the kind of things that we saw then. And then we saw Amos and Andy. I mean, Nat King Cole, he had a show. They loved Nat King Cole because he sang. And he was black, he was dark, but that brother could sing, man, and people loved that, and they give us that. The person that really started to open up, and I call him probably one of the first people that dealt with diversity, and that was the Ed Sullivan Show. And the Ed Sullivan Show came on Sunday nights, I think it was 8 o'clock, and he brought talent on. And Ed Sullivan did not care who you were, what your gender was, what your race was. If you came on his show and you had talent, he would put you out there. So we saw different black folks who were on the Ed Sullivan Show. Nat King Cole was there, of course, as I mentioned before. Richard Pryor was on the Ed Sullivan Show. The I think it was the Bladders or some of the other black singing groups that started way back in the day. Ella Fitzgerald was there, Lena Horne. You know, those people were there, and that's what we saw. And that was the beginning of black people being introduced in a really positive way. And Ed Sullivan said, well, what is the mask for? He said, well, the mask is that we just always wear the mask when we're singing these kind of songs. And Ed Sullivan said, well, take the mask off and sing your song, which like totally threw everything. And people were like, whoa. So he was, that was early, and I had to be like 8, 9 years old, something like that. You know, I don't know exactly what the years were. But those were the things. So you're talking about self-esteem.
Make sure you watch full video on YouTube. Smith Says One.